questions about anything, you can reach out to myself or you can reach out to Amanda on the C4. So both of these, I come prepared with books. So for the Soulcon, so I do have 3 books. If there's guys in here that you want to take it on, I've got 3 that I had left, brand new books. If you need a book, both of these challenges, I can speak for Soulcon. You'll need a book to do the challenge. That's all you're going to need as far as having to get anything. Like I said, I've got 3 of them. You can get them on Amazon. What this is a 6-week challenge. It's a 6-week challenge that will challenge you, and I'm talking for these run very similar. C4 was actually built kind of trying to give something for ladies to do with Soulcon. So they're very similar, and Amanda can share the differences. So I don't want the ladies just think, well, what about us? A lot of the stuff is very similar. It's a 6-week challenge. This challenge will begin on January 5th, both of them, Soulcon and C4. It's a digital challenge where you're doing it with people digitally. We will have apps. They're already created. If you go into the unique groups on our app, there's one for Soulcon you can join. That's where we'll communicate with our men. And there's one that says C4 Challenge. Ladies, you can join that one. And that's where you will communicate and share things if you're taking the challenge. So we're trying to make it so you don't have to download 14 other apps that you can communicate there. But let me give you a quick, let me just stop because I will talk the whole time. Anything you want to share before we start digging into the challenges for the ladies?
Yes. Is that working? I figured y'all could hear me, but if we're streaming live, there
There
we
you
go.
are. You were streaming
Thanks,
live.
Shauna. Yeah, so when he said the ladies, the what about me, what about us, that's why C4 was built, because myself and 2 other ladies, our husbands were going through Soulcon. We saw the change it made in their lives that spilled into every aspect of their lives, including our marriages. And we said, why isn't there something for women? And we started looking and there was nothing. And so we're like, we'll create one for the women here at Liberty. And now we're all over the country. Over the last several years, we have women from all over that join us, and it's really cool. So it was built to go alongside Soulcon so that men and women can walk through it together. And I still have women join every challenge. I have a lady join that she heard about it because her husband joined Soulcon and she looked for something for her. So they do go along and are very, very similar. The weeks, which we'll go into, are the same. There are some differences in the exercises. Do not let the men give you a hard time about that. If I give him the look. But there are a few differences, but for the majority of it, it is all the same, so you and your husband can walk through it together.
Yep. All right, so first off, I just want to say, don't let anything that I'm fixing to say scare you, okay? As far as things that the challenge is, this is what we'll say constantly. You'll hear me say is, man, we make adjustments, not excuses. If there's something that you just physically can't do at the moment, that's okay. But we don't make excuses not do nothing. We adjust and do what we can do. Because these challenges are set up, it's you versus you for the king. It's not me versus Andrew. It's not a competition between men. Like to make everything a competition. It's not a competition to see who can do something faster or better. It's you trying to make a better you for the king. So let me run over. Like I said, I'm going to give you a brief overview. If you get the book, if you get a Soulcon book, men, the first 77 pages tell you everything you need to know about this challenge. And then on page 78, we'll start on that page together on January the 5th. So there is a diet plan that goes along with it, because like I said, this is a physical, mental, spiritual challenge. Diet plan is simply eating healthy, and really the number one thing to think about is cutting out carbs from grains after 3 p.m. So that's kind of the main dietary thing that it does. It cuts out carbs after 3 p.m. Like I said, I'm not going to go into detail. You can see that in there, but really, trying to get a good balanced diet. You want a healthy diet. It challenges you to drink mostly water. Drink 64 ounces of water a day. To stay away from the sugars and stuff like that in your coffee. To drink black coffee, which was the way it was made to be drunk. To drink your coffee black.
So what? I said amen.
Oh, I thought you said and. I thought you was fixing to change it. Y'all done change something else too? Or some people do black tea and things like that. But to stay away from the sugary drinks and things like that, those aren't good for you. There's no health benefit to even a diet drink. There's no health benefits to that. I wrote this in on my sheet to remind us. Uh, for me, sometimes I have to be legalistic on it just to make my disciplines kick in. The whole goal of both these challenges is to create discipline in your life. So I challenge you to do the challenges as close as you can for the 6 weeks, and hopefully a lifestyle is going to come out of it, of you having better disciplines in your diet, in your exercise, your spiritual walk. Like I said, it covers everything, but you don't have to be legalistic, but you do need to be disciplined. So don't let, just because I'm not going to be legalistic about it. But one of the worst words I hate on stuff like this is the word try. I'm going to try to do the challenge. I'm going to try to do better. No, you either do it or you don't. I mean, I'm just being straightforward with you. And this, I'm sorry if y'all don't talk to y'all's ladies like this. Sorry, ladies. I'm in men's ministry mode right now. You either do it.
I agree.
I challenge the men that's in this room, men's joining online. Don't be a sissy. Take it. And let's do it together. I'm going to do it with you, but do it together. Also with Soulcon, there is a Soulcon app. It's a free download, and there's about 200 other men all around the world that's doing this challenge that you get to meet. I've met a lot of my really good friends through that app. Like I said, you don't have to have that app, but you can meet some other guys that's doing it. We challenge you to track your calorie intake. If you don't know what's going in, I promise you you're eating more than what you should. And through this challenge, there's no cheat days or meals until kind of later in the challenge. So we want you to get used to being on track with your diet. Anything you want to add on the diet?
Nope. Ours is exactly the same, same time frames. Cheat day is the same. All of that. I saw a few heads with the black coffee and the faces out. I used to also not drink black coffee. It is a process, but try. Really, really push yourself. I mean, cut down on your creamer. I had to add some milk for a few weeks, and now the only way I drink my coffee is black. So don't be like, well, I can't do it, and then just not
And
do
I
it.
will say this, I had a guy one time that didn't drink coffee, but he thought he had to drink black coffee. And so I always put out, you don't have to drink coffee, okay? If you're not a coffee drinker, this is not like, I'm making me drink this black bitter coffee. You know, that's what he do. He's like, man, that coffee's hard to get down. I'm not a coffee drinker. But he doesn't know. That's just, no, you don't have to drink coffee. So you can just drink water if you want to. All right, so let's talk about some daily disciplines that goes around with it. Daily disciplines, every morning you're going to wake up and you're going to do the Lord's Prayer. If you don't know it, just open up your Bible and read it. Do the Lord's Prayer on your knees out loud. I'm telling you, there's something different about when you do it on your knees and you do it out loud. But saying the Lord's Prayer every morning to start your day. And for my men, y'all may have a different exercise. I'm not sure what y'all do. We challenge you before you leave the house to do 40 push-ups or as many as you can do. We've had guys that start out this challenge that they could only do one push-up, and that's okay. That's their starting point. The only place you can start is where you're at. But the challenge is to do as many push-ups as you can before you leave the house every morning. Why do we need to do push-ups? Does anybody like to do push-ups? No. Why? It's part of the... Yeah.
Ruin it.
But the reason it is because right at the beginning of the morning, you're going ahead and telling your body that, hey, you don't get to make the calls today. And it's part of discipline, doing things that our body doesn't want to do. Y'all do something different at push-ups?
Sort of, yes.
Okay.
You do the Lord's Prayer on your knees. Also, in our book, which you can get on Amazon, I'll post a link. You also reflect on the armor of God. So it's that daily reminder of all the armor God gives us as we go out into the battlefield. You also pray intentionally during your prayer time for someone else. And then before you leave the house, some kind of physical workout, 2 to 5 minutes, get your blood flowing, get your day started, and put you. So it doesn't have to be push-ups. If there is, maybe it's squats, maybe it's sit-ups, or whatever it may be, maybe some jumping jacks, whatever it is, but some kind of physical exercise first thing in the morning to get your day started.
Yep. And I'll say this. So this is one of those places where we don't make excuses, we make adjustments. So if you got a bad shoulder and you can't do push-ups, then you adjust. So if you can do body weight squats, calf raises, crunches, sit-ups, you adjust to what you can do. So, because I've had some shoulder issues at times where I couldn't do push-ups, but you just adjust and do what you can do because it's your challenge. A couple other daily disciplines is reading the daily challenge every day in the book. There's a reading that starts on right here, like there's day one. And there'll be a challenge at the end. It could be a spiritual challenge, a physical challenge, a mental challenge, but we're reading that with the whole group together. Everybody should read day one on Monday next week. Then we'll read day 2, day 3. Don't read ahead because it spoils good surprises, but we're doing it together. So we'll read one day at a time once you get to that page in the Soulcon book. And y'all have the daily readings as well, right? In
We
y'all's
do,
book.
yep. Daily reading.
So ladies, y'all can get the C4 book. And then I'll challenge you to check in. If you're on the Soulcon Outs, check in on that page, but also check in with our group here. Just, hey, I'm here today. Check in with the challenge. Check in with how it's going. All right, so weekly disciplines. Now, this is the one where I usually have a couple of people go, weekly challenges to get in 2 5Ks a week. Some of you are like, what's a 5K? All right, 5K is 3.1 miles. That's intentional miles. That's not just you letting your phone count your steps every day. That's you actually getting out and getting in 3.1 miles. Walking it on a treadmill, or walking it outside, or if you got a bike, you can do a bike, but it's a 3-to-1 ratio. So if you're doing a 5K on a bike, you're going to have to do 9.3 miles on a bicycle to equivalent walking or running a 5K. The point is, once again, discipline, you get it in, and the goal is by the end to be able to do a 5K faster than you did the first week, to be able to do it faster the 6th week. Walk it, run it, crawl it, whatever it takes. It's just about completing, okay? So it's not about being the fastest. It's about having the discipline to get it done. So that's a weekly discipline. Also, I put on here handing out 2 gospel tracts, and since y'all are here, I'm going to say you at least hand out one of these a week, all right? And invite somebody to church, share the gospel. But the challenge does say 10 gospel tracts. We've got some in the back if you want regular tracts to hand out 10 during the challenge. Then 30 minutes of exercise for 5 days. So 5 days during that week, you're getting 30 minutes of exercise. You get to deem what you want to do. If it's walking, your 2 5Ks can count as 2 exercises. If you want to lift weights, you can lift weights. If you want to walk every one of them, just 30 minutes of intentional exercise for 5 days. So that can be whatever 5 days you want it to be, but you're getting out, you're moving, you're getting your body moving. This is a physical thing. So whatever, you get to choose your exercises. We're not giving you an exercise plan. Men, if you need some of those, there's some on the Soulcon app if you need an exercise plan. But you pick that. And then, of course, weekly for both calls, there is a Zoom call each and every week that's a live call that you can join on. There'll be a teaching. I'm assuming y'all still do teachings on y'all's. There'll be a teaching from the Word of God from somebody, and then there'll be time for people to share on Zoom. This is not just for our Liberty people. This is like for everybody that's doing the challenge all around the world will be on this Zoom call. So usually we have anywhere from 80 to 150 people on the men's calls. And those happen for the men on Tuesday nights, and I know it's late, 9:30 p.m. It's around the world, so we got to kind of, it can't be 8 o'clock for everybody. So it's late for us. It's early for the West Coast guys. So 9:30 Eastern Standard Time for the Zoom call. They are recorded, so I know some of you have to get up extra early. They are recorded, so you can go back and call. And the ladies' calls are
Monday nights at 9, although we do not have anywhere near that many women join. For some reason, getting moms and wives to join a call at 9 o'clock on a Monday night, not quite as easy.
Yeah. So, but those calls are there. Like I said, a lot of the guys y'all have seen from other states that's come and preached in here, I met them on a Zoom call, on a Soulcon Zoom call. We built a relationship, and they're some of my best friends in the whole wide world. And it's just being on the Zoom call and being available. So those are weekly disciplines.
Can I go through mine?
Yes, go ahead.
Thanks.
I forgot y'all do that. Never mind. I'll hush. Go. Yes.
Ours are similar. 4 30-minute workouts each week. We don't do 2 5Ks. We do 1 5K or 3 1 miles if you want to break it up into that. But your miles do go into your exercises, but 4 intentional workouts each week, and then the intentional miles each week as well. So those are also our weekly disciplines.
All right. So now, last thing we're going to cover, and then we'll open up for any questions. So we're going to break down the weeks. So there's 6 weeks, but each week kind of has a theme with them, and I'm pretty sure our weeks kind of run together the same thing. Week 1 is test-in week. So sometime starting next Monday through the end of Sunday, you'll do a test-in. For the men, the test-in is simply this. You're going to do as many push-ups as you can do in 2 minutes. You're going to do as many sit-ups or crunches as you can do in 2 minutes. Like I said, if you need to adjust. And then a 5K, as fast as you can do a 5K, whether it be walking, running, whatever. And you're testing in, and it makes sense in a minute. That's your starting point. You're putting your gauge down. Okay, I can only do 10 push-ups in 2 minutes. I can only do 10 sit-ups in 2 minutes the first week. Well, the goal at the end of the challenge is to do it again to test out and see the improvement. If you stuck with the challenge and stuck with the disciplines, you will see improvement in all 3 areas. So, like I said, you can make adjustments. If you can't do sit-ups, I do crunches instead of sit-ups. But you adjust it to whatever you've done, but you test in 2 exercises and a 5K, and you'll do that. You have all week to get that completed whenever you have time to do that. Not for testing. We don't.
Okay, for our testing, it's sit-ups, push-ups, and squats, and a timed 1 mile walk run. So
Yep.
same thing, just add squats and only 1 mile instead of the 5K.
Yep. And I'll say this, somebody, how do I time a mile? Man, there's a lot of free apps on your phone. Or I've done this before I had apps. I rode in my car and figured out how far half a mile was, and I went there and come back to my house, and that's how I got my mile. So there's a way to track stuff that's free. There's some great watches out there. If you want to put a little expense in, Garmin watches are great to track your runs with. But there's things out there to test that with. All right, so that's week 1. That's simple as that, plus all the other disciplines that we talked about, those daily and weekly disciplines. Then week 2 is max week. So max week for the men. Mondays, you're doing as many as you can in 24 hours. So Monday is max push-up day. So all day long, 24 hours. Whenever you start, you got 24 hours to do as many push-ups as you can. It's called max day for a reason. You're maxing out. Then Wednesday, we do sit-ups or crunches, 24 hours a day, as many as you can do. Then Friday, we do squats, body weight squats, as many as you can do. Like I said, once again, don't make
It's the
excuses.
same.
Make it just y'all's are,
She's looking at me.
y'all's are the same. Okay, I wasn't sure. So that's for the ladies and men.
Compete with each other.
Yeah, and that's the way we'll do that on the app. Just kind of keeping up. Hey, where you at? And just kind of really push each other. Yeah, encourage one another. We talked about that a while ago. So that's max week. Like I said, make adjustments, not excuses. Week 3 is simply fast week. Soulcon fast is usually about a 36-hour fast. Usually we start our fast on Tuesday night after the Zoom call, and then we break fast Thursday morning. So just another great discipline. If you've never fasted before, it's just like a 24-hour fast, but with the sleep, it's usually about a 36-hour fast. Same?
And if you, for any reason, medically cannot fast from all food and everything, fast from something.
Yeah, fast from a meal, fast. Yeah, pick something to fast from. Then week 4 is Hell Week. It's what's called Hell Week. Because week 4, we cut out all carbs from grains for the whole week. So what you've been cutting out after 3, we do it for the whole week, just as a discipline, kind of do a little cleanse. So that week, you're cutting out all bread and grains and stuff like that. Week 5 is max week number 2. So we're going back trying to beat the numbers that you've done in week 2. Like I said, it's you versus you. And then week 6 is simply test out week. So sometime during that week, you'll do a test out the same as we tested in to see where your numbers are.
For Hell Week, we also drop some extra challenges into our groups. We're on Facebook. We have a big group for that, but we'll have here. And so if you're not on Facebook, I'll make sure everything is dropped into our Church Center group. But these are hard challenges. I revamped them 2 challenges ago, and they're hard, and they're there to push you. We do have some modified things if you're physically not able, but Hell Week is meant to push you.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to open up really quick. I know we just threw a lot at you. I promise you it's simpler than what we're just trying to get it really short. Any questions about anything, just while we're here, if you say, hey, what about this or what about that?
Yes, so, and I guess I should explain, C4 stands for created for, so we're created for more than the world tells us, the lies, the enemy, all the things. So, but it is, I'll post a link to our book in the group in Church Center. We also have a journal. If you like to track stuff in a physical journal, we have one of those as well. So I'll post those links today.
Yep. And also, since you said that, what Soulcon stands for is soul control, is letting our soul be controlled by the Holy Spirit. That's where the word Soulcon comes from for the men. So, like I said, if you have any more questions, feel free to come by and grab me. Like I said, I got 3 books here that are brand new. Y'all are more than welcome to them. I bought them to give them away for the men. So if you want a book, also for my men, if you go on to, you don't have a book yet, and you don't get one of these, and you're going to order one, if you go to the Soulcon page on the app, you go to unique groups, I've already put a digital PDF of the book in there, so you can start reading it today. It's in there. You just click resources, and you'll see the PDF there, and you can start reading the book today if you don't get a hard copy of it. I already made that available inside the app, so that's available for you. But I challenge all men. Like I said, don't. The first time I done one, I just kind of stuck my toe in it, and really it's like, what is this? Because I just stumbled across this resource on a Facebook T-shirt ad. It's how I found Soulcon. But it has taught me more discipline in my spiritual walk than any other resource I've ever come across for men. So, man, I challenge you, come and try it with us. Join us on the app, and I'll be communicating this week. We'll be getting ready because you need to do some, if you're going to do this, you need to do some grocery shopping this week to plan and prep and to be ready to dive in. Because if you don't prep and plan, You will fail on your diet. I promise you. You got to make a plan. You got to prep. So, any other questions?
I will drop kind of a slideshow presentation as well, and I can post the first week of the book so you have all the information in the group too.
Yep.
But if you have any questions, text me or just post in the group.
Yep. And like I said, man, if you get the book for Soulcon, the first 77 pages, if you'll read those first 77 pages this week, it'll give you all the information you know about what the Soulcon Challenge is. It'll give you diet plans. It'll give you all the information you need to know to do a challenge is in the first 77 pages of the book. And then we'll start on page 78 next Monday. Yes. Yes.
On Amazon, I'll post the link.
Yep. So, and like I said, you can get the Soulcon Challenge book. I highly recommend getting the black book. That's the second edition. There's a white book. That's the first edition. There's some changes. It's in the if you go to the Soulcon, I put a digital one already in the resources. It's already sitting there right now waiting on the men. All right. Any other questions? If not, we're gonna wrap this thing up. All right, we hope y'all come. Like I said, if you got any questions, I'll be up here for a few minutes, men. If you want one of these books, you're more than welcome to them. God bless. Love y'all. We'll see everybody. Have a happy new year. We'll see everybody next Sunday.